Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video I'd like to talk to you about platforms. What are platforms? Why are they so important? If we look around us, why are the biggest companies on the globe, the most influential companies on the globe, why are they platform companies? Well, the answer to that in this video. So without any further ado, let's jump into the topic. So first of all, let's start off with a definition, as we kind of always do. A platform is this group of technologies, this group of software that basically work together. They are integrated, they are interrelated. Sometimes these software and technologies are provided by a couple of companies, sometimes just by one company. But the idea is, of course, that they all work seamlessly together, because a platform is kind of like a stage where then others, or even the platform owner itself, basically they can build on it, right? So that's the idea behind the platform. You can install applications on it, you can interact with others on it, you can sell or buy things on it. There can be all sorts of ways in which you can interact with a platform, and that depends, of course, on the type of platform that we're going to talk about, because there are a lot of categories of platforms. You can have retail platforms like Amazon's marketplace, right? You can buy and sell goods over there as third-party buyers and third-party sellers, right? Amazon is not buying and selling per se itself on this platform. Others can do that as well. You can have smartphone platforms. Think of iOS, think about Android, right? These are operating systems of smartphones. On the one side, the smartphone makers benefiting from this, because then it can provide this phone that's not just a thing, but actually it also has software on it that the smartphone buyer is actually going to be able to do something with it. And of course, the end consumer is able to install applications on this platform, is able to, through that platform, make pictures, because the smartphone is going to recognize this platform, and so on. You can have transportation platforms. Think about Uber, which is basically connecting the passenger, someone who wants to be driven somewhere, and of course the driver, the person who wants to drive this person somewhere. And so Uber as a platform is there to fulfill the transportation need, just like iOS and Android are there to fulfill the operating system need, and just like Amazon's marketplace is there to fulfill the retail marketplace need. Social media, basically all of them are also platforms. Instagram is a platform, Facebook, Twitter, but these platforms are a bit different. You're not really buying and selling goods and services here. Basically what you're doing here is content generation. You writing something, you posting a picture, right? You're generating content. And on the other side, people who are following you, or who are your friends, or who are your contacts in general, they are interacting with it, right? They're liking it, they're writing something below it, they're sharing it. And so not every platform is there to buy and sell goods or to buy and sell services. Sometimes it's just there to have content being generated, and then others interact with this content that is generated, right? So if you have to go further in terms of platform categorization, you can have a one-sided platform where, for example, you can have a website, fashion retail website, let's say, where the owner of the platform is there just one directionally selling things, right? There's also a platform, but it's a one-sided platform. Most interestingly, and most of the platforms that I talked about are two-sided platforms, where you basically have a stage where others on both sides of the transaction, being just content generation or content interaction, or really buying and selling of goods and services, others, third-party buyers and sellers, third-party content generators and content interactors, they are interacting with each other. The platform provider is just providing the platform. It doesn't have to do anything. And especially these platforms have made the companies behind them to the giants that they today are. So why is this a big deal, these platforms, and why have they enabled these companies to be so massive, right? So that's the real question. Well, it is because competition based on platforms has completely changed the way in which businesses compete. And normally we had one company against the other company that's going to compete on price, on quality, on marketing, and whatever. But now if you compete on platforms, that's very different. Imagine that you have a platform where your competitor has to make use of it because there's no alternative platform, right? So sometimes you have platforms where competitors are both making use of it because there's no other choice. And this basically completely changing the business landscape. Sometimes platforms kind of have like this monopoly situation where even competitors have to make use of it. And the interesting thing is that, of course, the platform owner or owners can determine the conditions based on which others can make use of this platform, right? This means that sometimes if you want to make use of a platform, you have to pay for it, very simply, because the platform owner wants you to pay for it, right? And so, for example, on the App Store or on Google Play Store, if you are making an in-app purchase, so a purchase within the application that you've downloaded on the Google Play Store or on the App Store, then the owner of this app has to transfer some money to respectively Apple and Google. Sometimes it's not about money, but sometimes for the platform holder, it's about access to your data. And this means that the platform holder can actually learn from you. Imagine that you as a competitor are basically on this platform of your competitor. You have your app there, you have your consumers there, and you know the platform owner can learn everything about you because it can see everything you do, how much you sell, to whom you sell. And as you are learning as a company, the platform holder is learning from you. And Amazon is actually very well known, infamous about this, known for basically learning about its competitors on the Amazon marketplace and then using that to improve its own products and eventually undercutting its competitors. So there are, of course, certain features about platforms that we have to know about. First of all, it's not easy to launch a platform. Imagine you launch a platform, there's nobody on it, and you have to get the first 5, 10, 100 people on it. Well, everybody's going to say, well, nobody is on it. What should I do on that platform? So it's very difficult to get a platform from the ground. It's very difficult to get the first couple of people that are willing to be on the platform and that are sufficiently able to connect and interact with each other that is going to be self-sufficient, right? So that's the first problem. But if you can pass this through sufficient marketing, through sufficiently explaining why your platform is really offering something that others can't, then at that point, you're going to have a lot of benefits from your platform if you play the game wisely. First of all, there's something called network effects on platforms, okay? So network effects are basically the fact that, if there are 10,000 people or 1 million people, it doesn't matter the count, but if there are a lot of people on this platform, especially friends, colleagues, people who know each other, then if this other platform comes, people will not leave your platform for this other platform because their network is on your platform. And this is what we call network effects. People stay in the network, in the platform eventually, where their network is, right? And if their network is in a certain platform, they won't go to this other platform. Even more so, it will attract more of their friends, more of their colleagues, because they're going to say, hey, all of my friends and family and colleagues are on this platform. I need to go there. And that's the strength of the network effect. People go to and people stay on the platform where basically most of their friends and family and colleagues and so on are. The second important thing are lock-in effects. If you are smart as a platform provider, you're going to make sure that there are certain features on your platform that are going to prevent others to go to this different platform simply because these features won't be on that other platform, right? So think about it. If you have a platform think about Apple and its iOS. But if you also make sure that products like the iPhone and the iPad and the iPod and Apple TV are interacting with this platform, are easily sharing information. And if you're making sure that Apple services, right, like Apple TV Plus, like Apple's new subscription services, like its fitness app, like its news app, like its Apple Pay, if they're also all interacting with this platform, then it's going to be very difficult for you to switch from iOS to Android, for example, because all of your hardware, all of your devices, and all of your software are interacting with this platform that's basically at the center of all of it. And this is what we call lock-in effects. You are locked in the network because if you move, you're going to leave some things behind that you don't want to leave behind because your new network is not able to provide it for you. It can be even more simple. Think you're on Netflix. You have been watching all of these movies and series over the course of time. This means that Netflix algorithm basically is able to supply you with and recommend to you the next movie and series that they are most likely willing to watch. Well, if you move from Netflix to Disney, or if you move to Amazon's Prime Video, and you're going to go and stream over there, then these systems have to learn you from scratch. They don't know which movies, which series to recommend to you. And even Netflix's algorithm here is something that locks you in the Netflix platform. So if you are having network effects and if you are having lock-in effects, this means that you're able to, first of all, get a lot of people on your platform. 2, this will increase because of the network effects, because people see their friends and colleagues over there. So this number is going to increase over and over and over, right? Especially if you keep on improving your platform. And thirdly, people are not going to leave your platform because you have lock-in effects, right? This means that you have this user base that is and sustainable and growing and is not going to diminish simply because you're running the platform well. And this means that you are, over the course of time, able to get massive amounts of data, right? As we talked before, you're able to learn from people on your platform, from your consumers, but also from other businesses using your platform. You're able to get massive amounts of money from, if you're going to charge people that are using your platform, basically. This can be the end consumer, this can be other businesses. On top of this, if your competitors are making use of your platform, you're able to have leverage over them. You have some conditions that they have to abide by, and if they don't want it, you can cut them off from your platform. Fourthly, of course, advertisement becomes very important. If you have network effects, meaning people are growing all the time because of their network, and if people are not leaving, again, because of the lock-in effects, this means that you're very interesting and attractive for advertisers, right? And this means that also through advertisement money, you have massive cash generation, which is, of course, very lucrative and very appealing. All of this together, of course, means that the platform becomes very, very interesting, very attractive, irresistible to go by. But as said, it's not easy platform. It's not easy to get people on your platform. It's not easy to get a platform that's really distinct and that's really worth it. Once you have all of this, of course, you should also make sure, as said, to have other hardware and other software connected to your platform to make sure that more and more people are going to really stick to you, because all of their other products and services also work through your platform. If you can achieve this, then what is there to stop you from becoming the next Amazon and the next Google and the next Apple? It's not easy, but others have shown that it is possible, and platforms, because of that, because of all of these benefits, after, of course, the struggle of launching a platform, but because of all of these benefits are out there, they really enable you to kind of at some point become untouchable and get power to the extent that almost no other company is able to get. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe buttons. I wish you all the best in the world and hope to see you again anytime soon. Take care.